We don't just hope for a better week, we plan for one. The sun is rising, my dreams are calling, coffee in my cup and my purpose is talking. I open my planner, I breathe and believe this week has blessings waiting on me. No more rushing, no more delay. I'm taking my power back today with every goal and every line. I'm building my business one block at a time. I don't move by pressure, I move by design. I don't waste my moments, I honor my time. My vision is clear, my focus is strong. This is the week I've been waiting on. I am the architect of my time. With every hour I build my dream. My plans have purpose, my schedule has power. I'm crafting my life one brilliant hour. One decision, one bold move, one faithful step. I've got something to prove. I rise, I plan, I build, I shine. Plansational Sunday. This week is mine. I'm not just busy, I'm moving with grace, making room for profit, peace and space. My business is growing, my mindset is new. I'm showing up for what I'm called to do. Emails, content, clients and sales. I've got a plan so I cannot fail. Even when life tries to pull me away, I come back to purpose and plan my day. Under pressure, I move by design. I don't waste my moments, I honor my time. My vision is clear, my focus is strong. This is the week I've been waiting on. I am the architect of my time. Every hour I build my dream. My plans have purpose, my schedule has power. I'm crafting my life one brilliant hour. One decision, one bold move, one faithful step. I've got something to prove. I rise, I plan, I build, I shine. Plansational Sunday. This week is mine. What are we doing this week? Following wealth in this week. Moving with power. What are we building this week? Dreams into income. One decision, one bold move. My brilliant hour. One brilliant hour. My plans have purpose, my schedule has power. I craft my life one brilliant hour. My time is alive. My dream is alive. This week I rise. This week I thrive. I am the architect of my time. With every hour I build my dream. My plans have purpose, my schedule has power. I'm crafting my life one brilliant hour. One decision, one bold move, one faithful step. I got something to prove. I rise, I plan, I build, I shine. Plansational Sunday. This week it works. So grab your planner, grab your vision, grab your coffee, and let's plan with purpose. This is Plansational Sunday. And this week, we build.
Good morning and happy Plansational Sunday. We rise, we plan, we build. This is Plansational Sunday because this week is going to be yours. So let's dive into what we're going to focus on and talk about today. And if you are here live, I want you to hit me in the chat, #live, and If you're on this, watching this on replay, hashtag replay. Good morning, Tracy. It is so glad to see you. I am so happy you are catching me live this morning. Yes, 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 yes. So we are going to lean into refocusing, replanning, and as you guys heard me say in the read inside of the caption, we're going to talk about regoaling. This is a mid-year, and it is a great time for reflection. It is a great time to realign. It is a great time to reboot, and also be able to build what we intended to build at the beginning of the year. So I'm going to start off by saying that we all have things that come into our life and throw us off track. We may have started the year with a vision. This is what we wanted to accomplish. And so a lot of times when we set the goals out at the beginning of the year, we don't anticipate what could go on. We don't anticipate that different life situations can come, shifts in finances can come. We don't anticipate all of those things, and sometimes by the mid-year we get so far off track, we're just like, you know what, I'll just wait until next year. But guess what, in 2026 we're not going to do that. We're going to take the time in July, and we're going to act like it's January, and we are going to replan, move the goalpost just a little bit to a different spot, not so far out, but bring it closer in, and understand we still have July, August, September, October, November, and December to finish those goals. We can do more in 90 days than we can do in a whole year if we just focus and really lean in. This may be a good time for you guys to build out a 12-week year. And what is a 12-week year? Is just setting goals that you want to accomplish and really locking in on those goals. And a lot of times we set goals in the beginning of the year that, hey, we could have finished in a couple of weeks or a couple of months, but we're trying to give ourselves the whole year. But when we come into this mid-year re-goaling and realigning and repurposing, this is how we can get some stuff done. So forget what happened at the beginning of the year. It is behind us. It is the past. We need to look forward to what is about to happen in the next 6 months in our personal lives, in our business, in our relationships, and all of the above. And so what we're going to talk about today is your business life and re-goaling what you set out to achieve. I know realigning yourself can be so difficult and so hard, especially when you have gotten yourself so far off track and so far down the line that you feel like, you know what, it's just a lost cause. But I want you guys to lean into your passion, lean into what you envisioned for your life. I want you guys to take a second to think about what your life would look like, the life that you want to live, not the life that someone has wrote for you or designed for you, not the life that your 9-to-5 job has wrote for you, not the life that your kids may have even wrote for you or your parents have wrote for you. I want you to really tap in to your heart's desire. What does a day in your life really looks like if you have full control? What does a week in your life really look like if you had full control and said, hey, this is how I am supposed to live. This is what I'm called to do. This is what I'm positioned to do. And this is how I am going to step into the next era. And a lot of times we design our life around what already exists instead of recreating what we want to exist. This is the time, this part of the year, to really ask yourself, what do I want my life to look like? And taking a piece of paper and actually writing that down. If I could start right now and have everything that I want, I desire, and I need, what would that look like? What would be removed from your life? What would you be set free from? What are some things that you would build, rebuild, reconstruct? What do you want your life to look like? And now is the time to redesign it. After you sit down and you really lean in and tap into what does a beautiful day look like in Carolyn's life or in Tracy's life or whoever's watching me live, what does my life look like? Then I want you guys to go in and get some pictures so that you can start to visualize. This is one of the reasons why I have my vision board right next to my bed. So that when I wake up in the morning, I know the vision, I know the plan. I can actually see, is what I'm doing today aligned to get me to where I need to be. And I'm going to stop the chatter in your head right now. And I'm going to lean in and I'm going to talk to you guys who are working a funding source, a 9 to 5 job. Don't think that that job is what's stopping you from hitting your goals. You still have 24 hours, because when you work full time for yourself, you're still going to be working and serving other people to the capacity that you're not going to be able to just sit back and do whatever it is that you just want to do every single day as of yet. So what I want you to do instead is to think of that job as your funding tool, as your vehicle to be able to build the life that you want to live, so that you can exit on your own terms. Not exit because you're forced, not exiting because, God has really pushed you to step in that business, because that happens sometimes too, but actually using it as a tool to build the life that we have designed. And a lot of us don't take the time to design it because we have in our head that that is the reason why. It's not the reason why. It's more of a reason, of a motivation, not as a discourager. Well, you know what? I'm tired when I come. You know what? Let's rebuild your energy. Maybe you need to drink more water. Maybe you need to rise a little bit earlier. Maybe you need to start moving around and working out. But don't use it as an excuse, because it's actually more of a reason to build what you need to build. Why? Because you have the funding coming in. And if you're saying, well, I'm not making enough money, imagine if you come off that job and your business is not built. You really won't be making any money as of yet. So use it as an opportunity to stretch. What can you cut back on? What could you really shift your mindset and say to yourself to encourage you each and every day, so that you're not using that as an excuse, but you're using that as a motivator and a tool to be able to catapult you and launch that business. We have no excuses under the sun why we can't design what we want to design. You're only living the life that you want to live is because you chose to. Any point you can shift and change that. I have seen people do that in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I've seen people do it in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. You can really do some things. And guess what? In 90 days, we'll still have 3 months left in the year to do another 90-day run. So do not think that you're late doing your vision board. Do not think that you are late redesigning and re-goaling. You are right on time. Right on time. So let me walk you through how I would do this. And I kind of told you guys I would take a journal and just write down what you want, get you some pictures and visualize. But what I decided to do that's a little bit different after visualizing and creating this vision board that I can see, I decided to make something called my second half playbook. How many of y'all know that people win in the second half? They go into that locker room, they get that pep talk, and they go out there and they win. You go, why didn't y'all do that in the first half? Well, because they had to kind of survey the land. They had to see what the competition was, what they were fighting against. And see, I never knew why people wrote goals at the beginning of the year. They should be still working on the things from last year. I thought that this should be the time that we should survey the land and see like what we're going to be up against this year. What kind of trials and tribulations, what's the world going to bring this year before we start making goals. And so a lot of times when they go into that locker room, they know what they're going up against. So now they can recreate a plan that is going to be able to protect them and also dismantle the defense that is going up against them so that they can win. Somebody in the chat drop, this is my winning season. This is my second half. I have gone into the locker room. I have looked at the opposition. I've looked at the bills. I've looked at what money I need to flow in. And this is my second half. Championships are won in the second half. And this is when you're going to win your championship. So after you visualize and you write down exactly what you want, do not hold back. Don't start putting a limitation on it. Do not start putting that lid on that jar. Start thinking about the house that you want. Start thinking about the friends you want around you. Start thinking about the income that you want to flow in. Start writing down where you want that income to come from. Start working on where you want to go. See, a lot of times in our vision, we put the end goal, but we don't put that, what is it going to take to get there? So I started thinking about, hey, I want to be able to travel the world and just live a digital nomad life and create from no matter where in the world I am. So I started to ask myself, what is that going to look like in my business? That means that I need to transition my business to be more virtual. That means 100K followers. That means 200K followers. And so a lot of times we plan that goal, that car we want, that house we want, that vacation that we want, but we don't take the time to visualize and plan what it's going to take to get there. The money is not going to fall out of the sky. It may seem like it when you start getting business after business. So in that vision, we have to start seeing. So I start putting down like pictures of packages, like having to mail out and ship out things. I started putting down like all these clients, these stadiums full of people, because that is what's going to get me to the dream. The arena's full, people there to learn about their business, people there to see that you can use all your gifts and they will make room for you. I started writing down like all the desires that I have in my heart, like the things that I want to create, even if they didn't connect together. I wrote it down because guess what? Writing it down and putting on the vision board, it starts to really web itself together. And then I can say, hey, it is okay for you to teach teachers. It is okay for you to teach entrepreneurs, passionpreneurs is what I call you guys. It is okay to have your boutique as a model business to show people that they can run multiple business. It's okay to be a creator, a creative, a planner. It is not doing too many things. It's doing all the things and some that was put into me, because all of those talents and gifts are what I'm supposed to use to create the life that I want to live. Get around some people that's not going to tell you you're doing too much. You need to focus on one thing. Get around some people who's going to tell you, yes, girl, build that up, scale it, ship it, build that up, scale it, and then you can have all your businesses that you want, all the desires of your heart. All the vehicles that you're going to need to use to be able to drive the income that you need to come in order for you to build that life that you envision. Now, see, let me tell you something about visions and goals and how they are crafted just for us. Every time I think about the vision that I have for my life, the house that I want to live in, the car that I want to drive, the offices that I want to have, the people that I want to impact, my heart gets so excited. It almost brings tears to my eyes because I know that that vision was crafted just for me. Just for me. Nobody else can see what I see and feel what I feel and know what I know about my life. That means it was designed and placed in my heart and in my will and in my desires, not anybody else. And because I know that that was drafted just for me, I can't share it with anybody or everybody because people are not going to understand your vision because it was not the vision that was designed for their life. Stop getting discouraged when people don't see what you see. They're not supposed to. You're supposed to build it. And they may be a part of one area of it or one piece of it or one part of it. Not the whole entire thing. So when you open yourself up to share certain desires and certain things and people don't get on board, you should get excited and get happy because they can't see what you see because that vision wasn't written for them. You see, when somebody tell me, girl, that is crazy. You know what? I would do this. I just chuckle in the inside and it motivates me even more because you can't see what I see. That's how I know it's protected. That's how I know that it's mine. That's how I know it was designed. You may see people do something similar. You may see people doing all kinds of things, but guess what? It's not what you would do and how you would do it. This is how people can work in direct sales companies and it looks different in each one of their businesses and they attract different people. How can thousands of people sell Mary Kay or sell jewelry or sell clothing and yet they still have thousands of customers? Why? Because can't nobody do it like them. So I want you to really understand that thing, that desire, that motivation that you have that you're going to write down this week and put those pictures to, baby, it's designed just for you. This week I was looking, and I know this is a little bit, but I want to motivate somebody today because we're going to get into our playbook in just a second. Your algorithm on Facebook is built around what you want to see and need to see. That is why you see everybody doing what your ideas and your thoughts are. It's not the whole world. It's just what you've put into the search engine. So the algorithm has built that. That algorithm is not a gauge of how many people are doing what you want to do. So I want you to understand it can lie to you. It can make you seem like, you know what, I shouldn't start that thing or do that thing because too many people are doing it. No, that's what your algorithms say. But guess what? If I'm a person out there looking for it and I don't know that I need it, I'm not going to see all the people. You may be the one person that pop up in my timeline that I see, and I may fall in love with you and patronize your business. Don't let your algorithm be the tell of should you walk into that business and start that thing or not, because guess what? It is not the whole story. It's only a piece of the story. It's only a piece of the story. As soon as I said I wanted to, create different things, all of a sudden I had to look up the tools that it took. And my algorithm started showing me all the people who did it. Oh, I thought it was an original idea, but more people out there had that same original idea. And for a moment, I started to think, well, maybe I shouldn't do this because so many people are doing it. And that is when that is when it came over me. No, what you are seeing is because you asked to see that. But guess what? Your friends and family don't see that. Your future clients don't see what you're seeing on your algorithm. So don't be discouraged. Do it anyway. Do it your way. There's no new idea under the sun. So to think that somebody stole your ideas are floating around all the time. I remember having a conversation with this girl about meta glasses. Right? And I was like, yeah, I really want to get me some, but I just can't believe that they haven't put any skins on them where you can change the color of them. And Lord and behold, I was on Facebook, and this was a couple of months later, and this is a company called Paper Dolls, and they made those around the meta glasses so that you can change the color of your meta glasses. And I'm like, that's my idea. And it's like, no, that's not your idea. It didn't belong to you. Somebody got it and ran with it. Maybe they have more resources. Maybe they have more funding. And that doesn't mean that I can't still create the same thing, but a little bit different, because guess what? My paper glasses magnets is going to look a little bit different than everybody else's. And guess what? What you're going to do is going to look different from everybody else. So don't be discouraged by the algorithm. Sometimes we got to get off of that social media, and we got to really lean into our desires of our heart and don't allow that to dictate whether you should do it or you should not do it. All right. So after you have written down your vision, you have laid out the pictures, it's time to make the playbook. And here's the thing with the playbook. Don't get so wrapped up in building things that you do not build what needs to be built immediately to bring in the cash flow. So the first thing that I love to do is to sit down and start writing out what is going to make me the money the quickest. And a lot of you might be like, really? Like, I don't want to focus on the money. I just want to help. No, we have to focus on using our gifts to be able to bring in the income that we need. Okay? We have to use our gifts to bring in the income that we actually need to be able to take care of the bills that come along with running a business. And this is where most business owners fail within the first 5 years with 2 years of business, because they're so worried about building things that are not important that they're not focusing on shipping the things that is going to make them money. So I want you to ask yourself, what are the money makers? Even if you say, you know what, but that's not really what my main passion is. Let's get into the money-making things first so that we can start bringing in the income to build out the things that we want to build. Losing your job or walking away from your job should not take funds out of your pocket, because you got to immediately tap in to the things that's going to bring you income. And don't think it's a distraction. Don't think, well, I really don't want to do that. I know some people who are millionaires right now that decided midway through their business to go work at night at Starbucks, or overnight stocking at Target, or at Dollar Tree, or DoorDash and Ubering and all the things while they're building their dream. Look at Tabitha Brown. What was she doing when she got discovered? She was Uber eating. or Ubering. Don't think that you're too good. Don't let your pride get in the way of your dream, your big dream. And sometimes we got to do the things that we don't like to do in order to get to the things that we love. So there's some money-making businesses or desires. They may not be your passion, but they're your skill set. They're your gifts that you have that you could be using to bring in income while you are building that business. So if you say, hey, I'm going to build my website and I'm going to focus on my website, you better be having some money coming in while you're focusing on that website. If you're saying that, hey, I'm going to go and make all these dresses and make all these hats, you better be having some money coming in while you're making all that stuff, because the time that it takes for you to actually make it, you're going to look up and a month is going to go by and them bills going to be due. So I want you to really ask yourself, what could I be doing? What skill do I have? And when I started listing out my skills and the things that I can make money at that I really don't love to do, but I will do, it's better than going back to corporate America. It's better than working for somebody. I said, okay, we can do this stuff. The fact that I can do CPR and first aid, I'm an instructor and I'm a master instructor, which means I can train other people to do CPR and first aid. The fact that I am amazing at creating and making things and doing hair. That's a skill set that many people don't have. I'm a notary. So I started listing out my skill sets and things that I can advertise that do not cost me anything to put out there in the world. And I can immediately start making $50, $60, $70, $80. Is it my favorite thing to do a CPR and first aid class? No, it's not my favorite thing. I would so rather be playing with stickers and creating stickers and making things for people. I would so rather make a YouTube video and put it out there. But I know that those are the things that's not going to make me money instantly. So I started mapping out the things that can make me money immediately without any type of investment, without me doing anything, just putting it out there, and I can go and bring that cash in while I am building on the back end. This is where we have to switch our mindset. We can no longer have that employee mindset. We have to understand everything about budgets and income when we're building this stream, because guys, you have to have that cash flow coming in to build the lifestyle that you want to build. They say money is not everything, but money will give you options. Okay? It will give you options. And we want to have options. We want to have options to work late or not work late, sleep in or wake up early, go on vacation or stay local. We want to have options. And guess what's going to give us those options? That currency, the money that we need to be able to pay our bills and take care of those things. So in your playbook, the first page is writing out your money-making things that you can put out there without having to create something. Can you go clean somebody's house? Can you go and support someone? Can you babysit? Can you like what kind of skill do you have where you can start making money immediately if you tell somebody, because it is something that they need? I guarantee if I say, hey, I'm doing like 4 heads of braids, hit me up, I'll braid your hair for this amount, I'm sure that I'll get some clients. If I put out an ad and say, hey, I'm doing this, is it going to bring me clients right away? So sometimes we have to lean into that thing before we make the rest of the playbook. And so what we're doing is that we're not just making a vision board. We're just not cashing a vision, but we're making an actual playbook. So then, and that's in my first section of my playbook, is like, what's the win? So think about when they go out there, they're like, okay, what's the quickest goal that we can get? What's the quickest touchdown? What's the quickest score that we can get? And they'll say, okay, if you pass the ball here, we can just drive it in real fast. That is what we want to do in this second quarter immediately. Why? Because we need that cash flow coming in. We need it immediately. And so if you're already behind, think about a team that may be like, 20-10. They go out there in the second half, they already behind. So they got to hurry up and win just to catch up. So some of you guys need some quick wins so that you can catch up to even get back in the game. So in your playbook, that got to be the first thing that you get into. Now, the second thing is, what should you be building in the background to launch and get out there? What play are you building up to run? You see, when you go out there and you are already behind, we're not trying nothing new. We're trying to get in there. We're trying to score as much as I can with what I have. Then, after we catch up, then we can say, okay, let's run this. Let's run this. It doesn't mean that you're not building or cooking it up. You see, the coaches on the sideline, they steady cooking up things, looking at what's out there, and they're cooking it up in the back end, getting ready to launch and ship it. And when you are setting that up, your launch up, the thing that you want to come out with big and bold, you want to map that thing out, but you don't want to stop doing the things that's making you money instantly while you're building. So then the next play in your playbook is to map out that launch, that thing that's going to drive that money to you. And you want to talk about that thing. You want to plan it out. You want to plan to show up about it, to tell the whole world about it. You don't want it to be secret. You don't want to be keeping it from anybody. I know so many authors. I know so many stylists. I know so many talented people that's like, oh, I do this. How come the world doesn't know that? Oh, well, I don't have time for social media. So you don't have time for money? So when people tell me they don't have time to advertise, don't have time to market, I ask them, you don't have time for money? Because that is the thing. And I think that people don't understand that that's the breakthrough that you need in your business, is to talk more about your business, to get out there and share. And if you're doing this full time, you got all the time in the world to tell people about it. And the way social media work these days, you might as well tell people about it sun up to sundown, because guess what? If you don't make no money from them, social media will pay you. It will. It will pay you. So we have to lean in to sharing what it is that we're about to launch and what we're about to create. Then I talked about this last week or 2 weeks ago. What is your evergreen strategy? A lot of you still don't have a welcome funnel in place. Some of you still don't have where people can upsell and buy things. Actually, in my strategy, it was the first thing that I built out before I even put a launch out. I asked myself, what is it that people need that I can go live and talk about and drop the link that is like evergreen in my business? And if I drop that link, they're going to lean into it and they're going to upsell, they're going to buy something, and it's going to lead them to something else. And once that thing is out there and structured, it's going to be the thing that's going to drive people in, because then I have somebody to launch to. I'm not launching to crickets. I'm not launching to an empty list. I'm not creating this amazing thing, and then when I get ready to launch it, there's nobody there, so I get discouraged and put it on the back burner, and we never see or hear it again, but yet it took you months and weeks to build it out. So in my book, that's my play, because I want things floating out there that's going to bring me new people all the time. A lot of us start off doing it, and then we go down the AI rabbit hole where it gives us so many ideas that we don't do anything. It's called information paralyzation, and we get paralyzed, and therefore we have a whole playbook of things that we should be doing, but we can't do it because we just cannot handle what that chat has given us. So what people do is start using AI for things like creating things like flyers and images and different things like that, when really we should be using it to build out or ship the things that we desire to put out there in the world. Like, hey, I want you to be black and white. I want to build a step-by-step evergreen funnel about X, Y, and Z. Give me the steps. Don't give me any extra detail. Don't ask me any questions. Do you want me to build this too? None of that. Just give me what I need so that I can go build it. An evergreen funnel in your business will keep leads coming in. And I've told you guys before, eyeballs and leads, that's money. 1% of the eyeballs are going to buy something from you. So guess what? The bigger the percentage of people you bring in, the larger that 1% is going to be. And the better you get at it, the 1% turns to 3%, turns to 5%, to 10%, until you're converting at a 20%. But if we don't get that playbook together, we'll never get there. So I want you can go to the dollar store, you can go to Walmart. I want you to get you a really nice journal. And I want that journal to have tabs in it. And the reason why I want those tabs in there is because I want you to break it down. I want you to focus on your quick wins. I want you to focus on that evergreen funnel and build it out. This is a playbook. We're just mapping it out. We're writing it out. We're drawing it out like a little playbook. Then I want you to build out that lunch. What is it going to take the lunch? And what is that big thing? What is your money goals for that lunch? Then I want you to go through, what does every day look like in order for you to hit that goal? And I want you to design your life. I want you to map out what your Monday look like. I'm not talking about in your planner. I'm talking about in your playbook. Because this is what we build in, that system that we need to be able to create those things that we say that we're going to create. I love vision board planning. I love putting it up and creating it. But the thing that is missing is a playbook to go with it. Like, how are you going to do those things? When are you going to do those things? Because I'm transparent, I'm building just like you guys. I woke up about 3 weeks ago and I looked at my vision board and I saw that I wanted 100K YouTube followers, but yet I haven't even told people to go and follow me on YouTube. It was a reality check. And I said, you know what? We got to get back into that playbook. We got to get into that playbook and start doing the things that you said you wanted to do in order to build out that part, because that was a goal that you have. And you had that goal for a strategic reason. Why? Because the long-term goal is to live abroad, to see the world. And if you don't have that channel, and if you do not have that digital footprint the way that you want to have that digital footprint, you're not going to be able to do that. And that was a real reality check for Carolyn to say, okay, let's do this thing. Let's do the things that we need to do in order to make that vision to come to life. And this is not a vision that has changed. It is actively a part of my heart. So I want you to get you a notebook designated for your goals and carrying them out. And more so than your goals, your vision. And actually take it out. You can even get a spiral notebook and buy you some tabs and put you some tabs on there. That way you know what we are doing every day in the next 6 months to win. And when you focus like that, you'll notice that 90 days will be in the past and you've been finished that whole playbook. And now it's time to recreate a vision board and recreate a playbook to go with that new vision board. See, I don't want to get so far off of where I initially set out to do. Now, there are some things on my vision board I unpinned and I changed them into a clearer vision, because at first I didn't have like a clear outline. I knew I wanted to do this thing, but I didn't know what it was going to look like. But now I have the vision of what it looks like, and I can go back to my vision board and say, hey, this was so broad. Now I have the specifics of what needs to happen. Are you that clear in your business? Are you that clear in your life? Because all of it ties together. How you want to spend your mornings, what you want to feel like, what you want to look, how much time you want to spend with your family, how much time you want to spend with your kids. Like, I want to take at least 4 vacations a year with just my mom. I want to take vacations a year with just one of my daughters. And then the other daughter. Then both of them together. But how are we going to get that? How are we going to get there? How am I going to plan that out? How am I going to build that into my life, knowing that I have to be training, knowing that I have to be in front of people by building evergreen content, by building a system that will work even when I'm not able to, building something that is so free that I can take that opportunity to do the things that I love to do. Making this thing work without me having to be there. And if that's your desire and your dream, you got to start mapping out your business and your life around that so that you can eventually accomplish that. Stop getting swept up in the today, this moment, this second. Open your eyes. And that's what real CEOs do. They don't let a current situation throw them off track. They start to strategize and they start to plan so that that thing can get knocked down and they can go on to the next thing. They know what to scale back on and to scale up on. They know what to remove, who to let go, who to fire. And there's some things in your life right now that you need to fire in your planner, fire in your life, fire in your situationships, no matter what. There's some things that you got to fire in order for you to grow. And getting back to our playbook, there are players that you're like, why did they get benched? Because they knew that if they put them in, they could get hurt, and they needed them at the last second to go in to drive that win. There's some things that you need to bench right now until you get into the next season. And I'm a person that says always keep creating. Always keep creating, but don't never forget what you already have either. And promote that thing too. So I need you to pull out your notebooks this Sunday and start looking at a game plan. How are you going to get there? Carolyn, how are you going to get 100K followers by the end of the year? Carolyn, how are you going to create new evergreen funnels this year? Carolyn, how are you going to meet new people? How are you going to hit that monthly revenue goal that you said that you wanted to see each month? What does that actually look like? How many of that thing are you selling? Like, we got to get into a strategic session. Some of y'all need a Plansational 3-day weekend where you're sitting down with your notebook and you're mapping things out. You got to get quiet. And I'm a person that I will go book a hotel room and make that investment, because when I walk away with a clear plan. Or I'm a person that will lock the door to my bedroom. Like, I'm not coming out of my bedroom for the rest of the day. I'm finna focus. But a lot of us are just like a hamster on a wheel. I need to create this. I need to make this. I need to make this. Stop for a second. What are you really doing? Why are you burning yourself at each end, at both ends, with no strategy? Just out there, whatever comes your way, you're going to just catch it and do it. Oh, I have this goal. I need to hit this many people. What's the big goal? What's the big plan? What's next? How you gonna find them people? What are you going to be doing? Who are you going to be talking to? How are you going to be connecting with them? If 4 of your clients walk away, are you still going to have income? And if the answer is no, then you're not built on a sturdy foundation. Because people will change their minds at a minute, and their situations change. Their finances change. And I've been there. I've built a business before on just one type of client, one type of income. And then when the world shut down, I almost lost everything. And I need you guys to really think about that. Are you 2 clients away from losing your home, losing everything away around you? Are you 1 client away? If that client leave you, you are just left out there. What are we building as our sturdy foundation that we can fall back on if things don't work out the way that they need to work out? And we know the economy doesn't look the way that we thought it was going to look, or for some people, it's a struggle for them. And they're at the point where they have to make a decision, either eat, have a roof over their head, or purchase from you. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to take care of themselves. And therefore, you have to have a plan to take care of you. And all of that has to be in your playbook. If I don't hit this number, here's what I'm going to do. Here's the backup plan. I'm going to steadily running this play over here, building it up, because I never know when this main play is not going to work. Can you imagine a team going out there running their best play and it failing and not having a second play to run? Then you lost the game. You lost the championship because you didn't have a backup plan. But guess what? Even though that can happen, and it may have happened to you, it may be happening to you, guess what? You're still alive, and you're still breathing. So therefore, you can re-go and rebuild. And that's what I want to see for you guys this week. I want to see these playbooks. I want you to get quiet. I want you to spend some time with your thoughts. And when you're planning out your idea life, I ask myself, like, ideally, what time do I want to wake up? What do I want my mornings to look like? What do I want my middays to look like? What do I want my evenings and nights to look like? How do I build in a flow? And I write out those model days, Monday through Sunday, in my notebook. Like, they're called model days. This is in my playbook. And I work every day to try to get closer and closer to that model Monday, model Tuesday, Wednesday, because building that flow is going to allow me the flexibility to spend time with my grandson, to spend time with my daughters, to spend time with my mom and my dad, to spend time with Carolyn, because ain't no time like a Carolyn time by herself. If you don't know me, I will go on vacation by myself. I will fly to another country all by myself and have a party, because I got a party going on in my head right now. Y'all don't hear it. Y'all don't see it, but I do. It's 5 o'clock in the morning and I'm over here like, yes, yep, yeah, a whole party by myself. And those parties and that time that I spend by myself, oh, when I tell you clarity starts to pour in, clarity starts to pour in. Some of y'all need to get away from the voices and the noise. And if you didn't know this, I'm going to tell you a tip. Hotels don't know who's staying in what room, or like faces. They don't know that if you got a room there or if you don't have a room there. And I figured this out when I was staying at a hotel and I spent the whole entire day in the lobby. Nobody asked me a question. Nobody said anything. A lobby is open as long as you're working, as long as you are, there. They're not asking. You can go to a hotel lobby and say, I'm going to spend 6 hours with myself just in the lobby, writing down things. It's quiet. If not, you can go to a coffee shop. You can go to a library, Barnes and Noble. The library will let you book a room for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. And if nobody comes in, you can book that thing for the whole entire day. We got to get serious about the whole entire vision, not just our plans for this week, not just your plans for next week, not just what you wrote down in your appointments. I'm talking about the playbook, the book that's going to make you a millionaire. And the thing is, the plays and the formulas are already right here, but we don't spend enough time with ourselves to write them out so that we can have the steps. See, when I spend time writing it out, I get the steps and I get clarity. I know what questions to ask. I know what videos to go and watch, instead of just letting whatever YouTube pop up in my algorithm tell me what I should be watching. I know what I'm searching for and looking for because I have my playbook. I don't get caught up in the doom scroll. I don't get caught up in YouTube University and being trapped in there and not be, because I have my playbook. And when stuff does not align to what's in my playbook, I swipe or put it on the save list to watch later when I have some free time. That's discipline, guys. And a lot of us need that discipline in our business in order to level up. So I want you to look. And a lot of y'all are off. Was off Friday. Y'all off Monday. Take that time and go get you somewhere to set up and focus. Some of y'all got sick days, vacation days on your funding source. Take a vacation day. Take a sick day. And don't do anything. Don't make no doctor's appointments. Don't make no nail appointments, hair appointments. Make an appointment at wherever you're going to set up for 8 hours. And I want you to just get quiet and listen. Start off with a blank piece of paper and just write down everything in your mind like a brain dump. Then start highlighting the things that you want to do. Start writing down your instant money maker. Start writing down what you want your evergreen funnel to be. Start writing down what you want that lunch to be. Start writing down what your life should be looking like, what you're planning towards, what those goals are. And I want you to walk away with that playbook. It doesn't take a year to write a playbook. It only takes some hours. For some of us, it may take 3, some of us 5, some of us 7 or 8. Some of us need to take off 2 days because it's going to take 2 days because stuff has been so backed up in you, so saturated in you that you haven't gotten it out, that you need time. Some time to unpack. That has happened to me, that it took a whole day just to unpack before I could even process. I'm like, whoo, I feel lighter. I got all of that out. Jeez. Then I had to rest because my brain was so tired. Then I had to go back the next day and start formatting it into a playbook. I hope this is helping somebody. I hope this is giving you what you need to go and make this week. This is why this is called Plansational Sunday. So that we can make plans to build. So that we can make plans to become the best version of ourselves. The version that you see all the time. And you're like, I know I'm supposed to be that. I don't know why I feel that. I see that. I don't know why I have that desire. That's because you were created for that thing. You were made for that thing. You are so unique and wonderfully made, colorfully made, creatively made. And that's why your desires are not like anybody else's. And that's why you got to spend time with you and you only. Your voices only. I got enough staff meetings going on in my head. I don't need nobody else telling me anything else that I need to do until I get this right. Then I can go to people for additional ideas, support on how to link those things together. But when it comes to the original, baby, I am the original painting. And I cannot be duplicated. People can try to make some knockoff versions of me. But I'm the original. And because I am the original, I know the infrastructure. I know exactly what I'm supposed to do. I just got to put it out there. All right. So let's get into this. Let's go ahead and say our affirmation. And I absolutely love our song in the morning. I'm like, when it comes on, I just feel like, I got plans. I grab my coffee, sit back with my notebook, and I just let that music just play in the background as I'm planning. I let the music play in the background as I'm planning because it really motivates me. So let's go ahead and say our affirmation. And then this Sunday, I want you guys spending time in creating those playbooks. Let's start it. I am the architect of my time. Plansational Sunday, baby. We architect that thing. We are the architects of the time, right? With every hour of the day, I build my dreams. My plans have purpose. My schedule has power. I just pause right there. The lack of a schedule has power as well. So a lot of the power that is controlling your life is because you don't have a schedule. Plans have purpose, and lack of means that there is no purpose in your day. So with every hour, I build my dreams. My plans have purpose. My schedule has power. I craft. Oh, baby, yes. I craft it. So when we were born, the one thing that we were given was the power of decision. So I craft my life. One aligned decision, not just any decision, an aligned decision, a decision that is aligned to my purpose, my plans, aligned to the vision that was given to my life. And a lot of you guys are making decisions, but they are not aligned. And that's why you're in the space that you're in. So I'm going to give you, I craft my life. I'm the one that make the decision to do or not to do. One aligned decision, one bold move. It's not just sitting here making the decisions, but I have to actually get up, move, and do the thing. I craft my life. One aligned decision, one bold move, one brilliant hour at a time. Guys, we have more power than what we give ourselves for. We are some powerful individuals. And we were not given the power of fear. We were given dominion and power. So that means that whatever you say are called to be so, is going to be so. Whatever you get up and you start making, I don't care if it's something so small. People can sell air and air is free. People can sell air because they have put it out there enough. See, it's no secret formula. There's nothing special. All you have to do is be consistent, bold, and move. And when you do that, you will see the results. I want to thank you guys for spending this early morning Plansational Sunday with me. I am your host, Dr. Carolyn Bobb-Green. And as always, I look forward to Plansational Sunday and training you to succeed in your business. Thank you guys so much. And I will see you guys on the next Plansational Sunday. Have an amazing Sunday.